Well, Tommaso Dela Longa is the official spokesperson of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies and joins me kindly now live on the line from Geneva. First of all, I have to ask your reaction to the UN Security Council resolution. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, first, thanks a lot for having me today. Well, of course, any political effort and diplomatic effort that can bring a long-lasting solution to the Gaza Strip is positive news, is welcome. Then the question here is, what about the implementation? So we need to see in the ground what will happen to the people in Gaza, what will happen to the hostages, what will happen to the humanitarian aid entering in the Gaza Strip. So I don't want to underestimate the vote, which is important, but then we really need to see what will happen next in the ground.
I mean, in reality, what we've seen is all those nations involved at the Security Council saying that they want peace and they want the killing to stop. Do you think that this will put any kind of pressure on Israel to perhaps, even at the very minimum, allow more aid into the Gaza Strip, something they have been quite clearly deliberately restricting?
I think that till the moment there is a dialogue between parties and between different international stakeholders, there is always hope that we can increase the entrance of humanitarian aid, that we can alleviate suffering, that we can have more safe and unhindered access, that we can see civilians and healthcare workers respected in Gaza, as well as hostages freed. Again, this is all optimistic point of view in a very difficult situation where in the last months we have just been seeing suffering and a very difficult situation for civilians in the Gaza Strip. So we really need to see, only time will tell in the next hours and days what will happen next.
If anyone was ever in any doubt, to understand just how indiscriminate the killing has been in Gaza, you only have to look not only at the number of children and women killed, but also the number of medical workers, doctors, and also aid workers who have died, including, as I understand, members of your own organisation. What kind of losses have you suffered? And do your workers realise the danger they're putting themselves in when they go into the region?
Well, I will start from your last question. Yes, of course, they realize it because we work through our colleagues of the Palestine Red Crescent who are members of their own community, who know very well the situation in Gaza, and of course who are suffering the same consequences of every civilian in Gaza, the consequences of this conflict. And of course, I mean, what we are seeing as being heartbreaking and shocking from one side from us, because of course speaking about colleagues who are losing their life or are paying the ultimate sacrifice only to help the others, it's really something that for us is heartbreaking, as I said. And on the other side, it's really unacceptable that healthcare workers, healthcare facility, humanitarian workers are not respected and protected. Only yesterday, we lost another member of our network, another volunteer of Palestine Red Crescent who was inside Al-Amal Hospital and was killed while he was doing what he was supposed to do, so help the others. Until now, sadly, we lost 18 members of our networks, 15 in the Palestinian Gaza Strip of Palestine Red Crescent and 3 of the Magen David Adom in Israel. And I think that this is really the stark reminder of the level of violence, where the level of violence of this conflict has arrived. And of course, the call on all the parties is again and again the respect of healthcare workers, humanitarian workers, hospitals.
Tommaso, great to speak to you. Thanks so much for your time. Tommaso Dela Longa, who's the official spokesperson for the International Federation of the Red Cross.
Thank you.